The strongest high school student on Earth, Baki Hama, found himself surrounded by bullies. But this wasn't a story of victimhood. The moment Baki let a sliver of his aura leak, the thugs froze in terror, suddenly understanding they weren't the predators here. They had just met the true king of the school, but this playground squabble was nothing. A storm was gathering as 5 of the planet's most monstrous criminals all broke free on the exact same day. Their motivation, a chilling synchronized desire to travel to Tokyo and finally taste defeat. In an American high-security prison, a man named Dorian was led to the gallows. The noose tightened, the lever was pulled, and he dropped. For 10 minutes, he hung lifeless. But when the doctor checked for a pulse, Dorian's eyes snapped open. Before anyone could react, he had slaughtered the guards, his muscles shattering the steel restraints. In Britain, Doyle endured 100,000 volts in the electric chair, only to get up and reveal the blades hidden within his own body. In Russia, Sikorsky scaled the sheer, smooth wall of a vertical missile silo with his bare hands. In Japan, Yanagi Ryuku placed his hand on RPG-proof glass, created a vacuum, and simply pulled a hole right through it. And from a submarine prison 200 meters beneath the Pacific, the psychotic Spec simply swam to shore. 5 men, no communication, one destination. They were coming for a war. Their arrival was a symphony of chaos. The madman Spec found Baki first, taunting him by holding up a severed hand, claiming it belonged to Baki's loved one. The young fighter's mind went blank with rage and confusion, leaving him wide open for a brutal attack. Meanwhile, the master of deceit, Dorian, paid a visit to the Shinshinkai Karate Dojo. The young, prideful heir, Katsumi Orochi, stepped up to defend his school's honor. He was no match. Dorian, a master of dirty fighting, feigned concern before gouging at the boy's eyes. The fight was a brutal lesson. There are no rules in a real battle. Only the legendary Retsu Kaio, a master of Chinese Kenpo, could match Dorian's cunning, forcing the old man to retreat behind a cloud of smoke. The chaos spread. While Baki was on a rare, peaceful date with his girlfriend Kozue, their tender moment was shattered. Spec emerged from the shadows, his eyes filled with bloodlust. But before he could harm them, a new challenger appeared. He was Hanayama Kaoru, the 15-year-old leader of a Yakuza clan, a man so powerful he refused to train, believing it would be unfair to others. What followed was not a fight. It was an exhibition of sheer, inhuman endurance. Spec, a monster who could destroy the Statue of Liberty with his bare hands, unleashed a relentless, breathless flurry of attacks. But Hanayama just stood there, absorbing every blow. In a now legendary moment, Spec fired 5 bullets directly into Hanayama's open mouth. The gunpowder exploded, but Hanayama didn't flinch. He then returned the favor with a single punch, a strike so powerful it sent the 97-year-old psychopath flying. Hanayama grabbed him, demanding to know if he'd had enough. Again and again, he punished Spec until the man who craved defeat finally got his wish. As Spec's body was taken away, it rapidly withered, his life force extinguished. The first convict had fallen. But Baki's trials were far from over. His school life, his one sanctuary of normalcy, was invaded. Doyle, the human weapon, leaped directly into his second-story classroom. Baki, desperate to protect his secret identity, kicked him out a window. Fleeing the scene, he ran straight into another nightmare. Yanagi, the poison handmaster, disguised as a school gardener. A whirlwind of sickles filled the air. Baki dodged with superhuman agility, but he was outmatched against a weapon master. Just as the legendary Aiki master Guki Shibukawa arrived to help, the fight took a shocking turn. Yanagi didn't need a weapon. He gently patted Baki's face. In an instant, Baki collapsed, unconscious. He had been defeated by a hand containing almost no oxygen, a poison that shut down his brain. The fighters of Tokyo were reeling. Baki was defeated. The great Doppo, Orochi, god of war, had his hand severed by Dorian's invisible wire trick. Humiliated and enraged, they gathered, but Dorian brought the fight to them, crashing their meeting with a bucket of gasoline. Katsumi Orochi, burning for revenge, attacked, this time using fire against the old man. But Dorian was a master of pain, emerging from the flames, scarred but unbroken. The young fighter Katu, blinded by arrogance, foolishly tracked Dorian to his sewer lair alone. It was a fatal mistake. Dorian revealed his true nature, a sadistic torturer who played with his victims. Katu was found later, hung inside a punching bag, broken and barely alive. This was the last straw. The Shinshinkai dojo declared war, All 10,000 of its members, from taxi drivers to chefs, became a city-wide surveillance network, hunting one man. Dorian was cornered in an amusement park, a whimsical battlefield for a final showdown. His opponent, the one-handed god of war, Dapo Orochi. Dapo revealed his own trick. His hand had been surgically reattached. The rematch began, but Dorian was not just a fighter. He was a master hypnotist. Dapo found himself landing blow after perfect blow, bringing his enemy to his knees in a glorious victory. But it was all an illusion. In reality, Dapo was swinging at thin air, completely trapped in his own mind. It seemed the god of war was finished, but Dapo's fighting instincts were so profound that even within the hallucination, he sensed the trick. He broke free from the hypnosis just in time to counter Dorian's killing blow, shattering the old man's fingers. With his pure karate, Dapo systematically destroyed Dorian's body. Yet, Dorian had one last cowardly trick. Faking surrender, he escaped the hospital, invaded Dapo's home, and attacked his wife. This final dishonorable act was met with swift justice. Retsukayo appeared, and with a single devastating strike, ended Dorian's reign of terror, reducing him to a whimpering child. While the city reeled, Sikorsky, the Russian climber, made the deadliest gamble of all. He kidnapped Baki's girlfriend, Kozue. He brought her to the hotel of the one man he believed could give him defeat, Yujiro Hanma, the strongest creature on Earth. But when Sikorsky entered the room, he found more than he bargained for. Yujiro was there, but so was another monster. Biscuit Oliva, a man whose muscles could stop shotgun blasts. A tense standoff between three titans began, and then the door exploded off its hinges. Baki Hama had arrived. What he saw shattered his soul. His girlfriend, clothes torn, in a room with his kidnapper, a terrifying stranger, and his own smiling demonic father. The betrayal, the humiliation, the rage, it was too much. In that moment, Baki ceased to be a high schooler. He became a demon. Ignoring the skyscraper window behind his target, he unleashed a kick fueled by pure fury, sending Sikorsky flying into the night sky. He had saved his love, but in doing so, had declared war on the entire world. The true battle had only just begun.